Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to introduce you to ImpressArt mandala stamp sets as well as border stamp sets. So these are really cool. So each set comes with 4 different stamps. I've got 4 laid out here, and they actually coordinate with this one right here. And you see that you get 4 different shapes, and you get to combine them any which way you want to make a mandala. So I'm just going to show you these guys real quick, and then I'll show you the borders, and then I'm going to show you guys how to use them. And there is a really fun trick to being able to do these. So those are the mandalas, and then here are the border ones. And these border ones definitely can be used as a border edge, or I think just a really nice decorative design element. And again, you get 4 of them in each little set. Okay, so I have an example here of the mandalas. So with this 1-4 set, I did 3 different looks. So I did this one here that was off center on a blank that already had a border. I did this one here that was centered. And then this one was centered, but it was a little bit more elaborate. So you can definitely do whatever you want and whatever catches your fancy. Now the key to being able to do these is really this little booklet right here. So this is a stamp guide by ImpressArt, and it's really pretty awesome. So if we flip through it, towards the back, we have these stickers. And these you're going to put right onto your stamping blank, and you're going to punch right through it, and it's going to give you a guide. So you get a bunch of those. And then you also have little ruler guides if you want to write straight wording, or for the borders we're going to use those. And then you have all these circles in different shapes and size, or not different shapes, excuse me, they are all circles, but different sizes. And so that's for if you say want to write a name along a curve, you would use one of these little guides. Again, it's just a sticker. So let's say you wanted to write a name or a date, you would just put that sticker right onto your blank and stamp around the edge. So very, very easy to do. These are nice. They're like almost like a cardboard sticker. So for doing this, we're going to be using a little steel block. So I just have a little 2x2 block and an ImpressArt brass hammer. And now everything you see here is available for sale at beadaholique.com. So let's go ahead and do the mandala first, and then I'm going to show you the borders. Let me grab my stamp guide, and I'm going to do a centered one. So I'm just going to peel this off. And I'm going to place my blank right on my block. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this guide right up here with the hole. That's going to give me a really good starting point to help me center this. And you see all those wonderful circles. You're going to try to line those up as well. Take your time with this step because this is what's going to be your guide. And then what I like to do is a sticker. I'm just going to press it right down on my block. So it's not going anywhere, which is pretty handy because now I can do this. I can rotate my block. So before we begin stamping, just a couple quick little notes. Don't get too close to the edge. This was a little practice piece I had, and I was stamping close to the edge, and that is what happened. So it pushed out the metal. Now you can still do an off-center mandala like what I did here, and I just made sure I wasn't near that edge. And for these ones that have the border, that was really handy and easy to do. And if you wanted to do that, you would just place your sticker off-center. So that's the little trick for doing that. And then this here is just a sample piece. This is a skill that does take some practice. If you do make a mistake, don't toss anything. Keep your pieces because you can keep using them to practice on just to get the right force for your hammering, the right spacing. These are great to keep, so don't ever toss any blanks that you make a mistake on. Okay, let's begin. So I think I'm going to make something pretty similar to this one here for this demo. Got my hammer. Okay, so everything is set up. I am ready to go. I've got all my pieces laid out. That helps too. I don't know if you've done that before, but especially if you've got them in a case, lay them all out and then you'll be ready to go. All right, we're going to start with this one. So this is the big flower, and I want the logo for ImpressArt facing me. So I'm just going to put it on the middle little marker on this guy. All right, and now we're going to try to give it one nice clean hammer. to do what looks like to me like a little leaf, and I want to line it up on this line here, 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 and here, and I want it to be pretty close to my flower. Okay, so again, the ImpressArt logo is facing me, so I know the orientation of my little stamp. And I'm just trying to center my stamp on that line. And now I love this because this is secured. I can rotate my block. Okay, so I got my 4 little petals, and now I'm going to go ahead and use what is this little guy here. He almost looks like a little clover. Okay, so find the ImpressArt logo, and I want to put him right here in this little space between all of my little, what I'm calling leaves. Okay, so once you've got your stamping done, what you're going to do is you're going to peel this off. And it is single use, but you do get quite a few of them in the little booklet. So you just peel that guy off. And then you have your stamping, but you will note that through the process, you sometimes end up with a little bit of the sticker stuck in there still. So what I recommend is just take your fingernail. I would not use a tweezer because I wouldn't want to scratch my blank, and just make sure you get all of that out. Next, because there is sometimes a little gummy left, take your blank and just face down on a paper towel and just rub off any extra little goo. It's not a lot, but sometimes you do get a little bit in there from that sticker. Okay, and now I like it like this. There is an alternative. You can make your design really pop with this. This is a ImpressArt stamp enamel marker. It comes in different colors, and this one happens to be the black one. If you wanted to go ahead and make it pop, you could definitely just put this over it and fill it in, and that's what I'm going to show you with the border stamp. So I'll show you how to use the stamp enamel. But I like the contrast. I like seeing that you get 2 entirely different looks here. So that is how you use the mandala stamps. And just, I do want to show you one more thing while we're here, because I don't want there to be any confusion, because it is really fun to do an off-center mandala. I'm not going to do the stamping because the stamping is the same process, but I will show you how to position the little guideline. So you just decide where you want it, and you look at that center point in the sticker, and you just put it off center, just like that. And it'd be the same thing here. You would just put it back on your block, secure the sticker down, and then you could do your stamping, and you would just radiate out from the center point. So it's not hard to do, and it doesn't change the process. The only difference is the placement of your sticker. So a quick little note about that. Okay, so let's now do a border stamp. So for the border stamps, we're also going to use something in here. So I have this little blank right here. And with these guidelines, you could do an arched border, which would be fun, or you can do a straight one. And I'm going to do a straight one. So I'm going to use this little guide right here. And I actually found you can extend the life of your little guides by cutting them, because I don't need this whole big one. So I'll just put that back on my sticker sheet to use another time. All right, so let's say I want to just do an edge here. You're going to line this up so the top of it is basically wherever you want your border to be. So I want my border to be right in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a border stamp. Again, you get 4 in a set. So here's the little set. So the one I grabbed, actually I want this one. Okay. So I grabbed this guy right here. Again, find the logo. Move these guys out of the way. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to find the logo. You're going to position it on it, and then you're going to drag it towards you. And what you want to do is you want to feel it catch right on the lip of that sticker. Okay, once you feel it catch, stamp. And then you just move over. Feel it catch again. Stamp. And you would just continue on doing that all the way around, whatever you're doing, whether you're doing a bracelet blank, a small piece, a large piece, and that is how you do it. But if you notice when I peel off the sticker, they're now in line with each other. So if we want to make that pop with the stamp enamel marker, just grab a couple paper towels. All right, put it on here. Actually, what you want to do is you want to protect your work surface. I knew I was missing something. All right, so protect your work surface. Shake up your pen. Okay, and then you're just going to fill in your stamped area. And the marker says, let this dry for 1 to 3 minutes. I really find about 1 minute is sufficient. So we're gonna let that dry for just a minute. We're gonna come back and wipe it off, and you'll see how that design work just really pops when you put the ink in it. All right, it's been about a minute, so I'm just gonna take my paper towel. I'm gonna wipe it off. And what's left is the pretty design you just punched. You see how that really does come out much more. You see that detailing, that fine detailing. So if you want to do a border, you would just do all the way along the edges. So that is a cute little element too. I think that would be really fun by itself. So that is how you use the ImpressArt mandala stamps as well as the border stamps. And this, which I cannot recommend enough, I love this. This is so handy. It's making stamping a lot easier. And again, just to show you a quick little recap of some of the variety you can do. And then the contrast if you want to fill it in or not fill it in. And then you can, of course, do something more elaborate as well. And so if you got a bigger stamp too, you could keep going and really do a fun design. So all of the things you saw here are available for sale at Beadaholique.com. And we have a lot of other videos about metal stamping and a lot of other ImpressArt items as well. So it's really fun to check out the website for that.